Hey guys, welcome back for another quick video here. Well, my last video I took and showed you about putting one of these hydraulic cylinders together. And the reason why it's kind of backwards here is because that cylinder, as you saw, was already all torn apart from that piece being busted. And so, well, I'll just go ahead and show you right quick as far as taking one of these apart. Well, I thought I may actually have to run and grab an extension. Let's see here. In fact, you see how right there, that thing is coming out real easy. That's always a very good indicator that the seals are losing their strength. And this one right here is kind of dark on the end. It's been leaking. You can see the dirt collected right there. So it needs some new seals inside of it. Okay, well, that let me get impact in there. Take and pinch it down a little bit tighter in the vise. There we go. Okay, I got that one. And like I say, sometimes that end nut right there will pop off. Other times, the whole bolt will come loose, just like that one did. Okay, that right there did the same thing. And that one there, I'll just go ahead and take that long bolt out. Okay, 2 bolts came out and 2 of the nuts came off the end, which shouldn't really hurt anything. Now that right there doesn't want to, oh, it's probably got dirt in the inside there, and the threads are slightly bigger. So there we go. Okay, now these end caps here are ready just to pop out of the tube. I have taken and run the ram back and forth and pushed all the oil that was inside the barrel out. However, there's bound to be just a dab left, and I don't want to make a big mess up here. So I'm going to take and put it over on top of that bucket just to double check, make sure it's all drained out. All right, we're over top this bucket here. Let's see if we can kind of separate this. All right, there it's separating. Like I say, there shouldn't... Okay, I can see just a little dab of oil coming out, but I was going to say it shouldn't really be bad at all, because I pushed the ram back and forth on all these cylinders. This one here, and that one on top of that bucket, and well, it would have been this one right here. This cylinder here is the one that I'm actually replacing with that one. That's the one you saw me rebuild. And yeah, quick side note, the cylinders in these buckets are actually for that my one big crumbler that I have. And at first I thought the cylinders are all the same size. Turns out they're not. This one right here, that is a 3-inch diameter barrel. This one right here is a 2.5. And so I've got rebuild kits for 2 of these and 2 of this size, because the 2 center, or the 2 middle cylinders on the Crumbler have the 3-inch. The 2 wing wheels have the 2.5. And so that's what those are doing in those 2 separate buckets. Okay, yeah, just pop that off the end like that, and that's got it. And like I say, you can see that thing practically just, it don't take much, and that thing would almost freewheel around. Like I say, when they turn that easy, that's a very good indicator that the seals need replaced. Okay, I want to pull this ram out of that barrel. And I've got my bucket right below it. I've got the barrel over the edge of the bench. Let's see here what happens. Okay, and as I pull that packing out of there, I can see it's pushing just a little bit of oil ahead of it. So I'm going to take and tip it up like that. Let that little dab of oil drain out. Okay, that's basically got it. This is why I went and drained them all out beforehand. There we go. Okay, and right there's the old packing. For right now, I'm just going to take and sit it right on top of that board. That way it can't go anywhere. Okay, and there's bound to be a little bit of oil in that barrel that was behind the packing. Go ahead and tip it up. Yep, right there's a little dab. Oh, also one quick side note. I happened to see first thing this morning that I hit 500 subscribers overnight. And so just want to say a big thank you for that. Appreciate it. So the next goal, I guess, will be to head for 1,000. And yeah, it would be kind of neat to be able to get my videos monetized. I'm not going to complain. In fact, actually, come to think of it, I've already had YouTube's already been putting some ads on my videos, depending on how many views they get. They go ahead and put ads on them usually at the beginning. And but from what I've seen, it's not until you get over, I think it's over 1,000 and so many watch hours that they'll pay you something for it. But anyway, but yeah, so thanks a lot for the subscriptions. And in fact, come to think of it, I will give a quick shout out to a friend of mine. In fact, if I remember right, when I started this channel back, what would have been a year ago at the beginning of 2022, like I say, if I remember right, I think he was actually my first subscriber. And well, it wasn't too long after that he got a YouTube channel of his own up and going. And so he makes pocket knives, all handmade and that kind of stuff. And so if you like watching handmade pocket knives being done, that kind of thing, I'll take and I'll try to put a link in the video description to his YouTube channel. So head on over there, check him out, and hit the subscribe button for him. And He goes by the channel name of Tennessee Hillbilly because he lives in Tennessee. But yeah, like I say, since I've hit 500 subscribers, I'll go ahead and give him a quick shout out because I think, like I say, I think he was the first subscriber I had when I started this channel. And so I'll try to put a link to his YouTube channel in the video description, and then head on over and check him out. Well, I can tell you one thing, that is stuck on there. I may have to get a little pry bar and begin to kind of work that up off that piece. We'll wait and see. All right, guys, let me show you what I've been doing. I got that barrel popped off of the end piece right there. I just had to run over to the other shed and grab a couple pry bars and just get between the barrel and this end cap and just work it up off there because it was stuck down onto those O-rings, and so no big deal there. What I did here, when you saw what I did yesterday, putting that that one cylinder together, you saw where I took and hooked the ram back onto the disc to hold it. Well, right now we got some snow coming down outside, and I don't feel like going out there playing around in the snow. So I just used the forklift, pulled the forklift up here and stuck over top that one fork, and that should work to get that packing nut off. Got the big impact here. It shouldn't take too much. Well, Well, it didn't take much, all right. That turned in there. Huh. I thought that clevis end actually had a set screw. Yeah, it does. It's probably not set very tight. Because that's the problem, trying to get that big packing nut. They usually had them down. I'm not sure what torque they put them to. However, with it all being original, it's been on there for, well, however old the disc is, I don't know. What I may have to do is take and spin that over. And like I say, right there's that little deal. And it didn't turn much because I didn't let it. But, well, I'll just have to see here what all I can do to get that, pick that dirt out of there and see if I can tighten that up. I'm not exactly sure at this point. And or I may actually have to end up taking and clean these threads out. Let this bottom all the way out and stop before that dumb nut will pop off there. Wait and see. Okay, guys, let me show you what I've been poking around here on. I ran and grabbed my Allen wrenches, and I pulled this little set screw out. And just looking at right there on the end, it almost looks like it wasn't even tightened down. So what I want to do is take and put that back down in there, make sure it's down good and tight into those threads. I do want to try by hand here and just kind of see if I can really feel any difference. I can't. In fact, it actually feels like it turns about the same as it did before I took the little set screw out. So I'm almost wondering if if the set screw wasn't even tightened down to begin with, because the end of it still had kind of like a bevel that helps it to bite in to set. And it didn't look like it had even been used at all. And so I'll get this put in here. I'm going to have to wash the hammering on. I may have to get a big breaker bar, because that knocking of the impact is what can spin that thing out. So I'll see what happens. Okay guys, let me show you. Kind of had to play around with it here a little bit. Every time I go to tighten that set screw down, it would still keep wanting to turn the ram inside of this yoke piece. And so what I did, I took the big impact right there, and I gave it a couple quick hits, and what it did, it was able to take and kind of spin this lock nut loose. However, it also wanted to take and spin that as well. So I turned this back in, and I think I'm going to be able to take and actually spin this off by hand now that I got actually broke loose with the impact. Because my only other option was I was going to take the torch and just take and heat this big lock nut here up some, just to try and help it to expand to come off easier. But giving me a couple quick hits with the impact broke it loose, and like I say, I would go ahead and use the impact just to go ahead and take it all the way off, but that hammering will want to take and break it, we'll want to turn that up there again. And so I'm just going to use my longer ratchet here and just go ahead and take this off. It's an inch and 5/16 socket, 3/4 drive, and I just took and put a reducer from 3/4 down to 1/2 inch. That way I can use my 1/2 inch, a longer handled ratchet. Okay, that's got that lock nut spun out. Being able to take and hook this thing on the fork like that actually works pretty good. Okay guys, if you just saw that, I was showing you about getting that big lock nut off, and a phone call came through and shut the video part of my phone down because of the phone call. It was the grain market guy. Anyway, just want to bring you back in here right quick and show you. I've already got the packing here piece taken off, and it's just like on my previous video, rebuilding it. And so this is going to be the end of this video anyway. Right here's the front of the barrel housing, and inside there is that seal that I showed you putting in yesterday on the other cylinder. And maybe I'll bring you back in when I get doing one of those small cylinders over there in one of those buckets off of the Crumber, but they're going to be basically the same setup. And so anyway, hey, since I've hit 500 subscribers, like I say, I'll give a quick shout out there to that friend of mine in Tennessee, and I'll try and put a link in the video description on here to his YouTube channel. And so if you like seeing handmade pocket knives being made from literally from start to finish, head on over and subscribe to his channel and check him out. And so take care. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Hey guys, welcome back to a quick short. Well, I'm here in the shed on a snowy day. This time I'm taking one of these disc cylinders apart. And so I'll be uploading some footage of that here in time. And because the video just before this one, I was putting one together. But I noticed this morning also that I had hit 500 subscribers. Thank you, I appreciate that. Odd thing is, this afternoon, I noticed it had dropped back to $4.99. And so let me know in the comments if any of the rest of you see that on your channels. But I see that on mine quite a bit. I don't know if it's the YouTube algorithm, but it'll go up, then it'll drop way back down. Then it'll go back up to that number that it just came from. So it's kind of weird. And so, like I say, let me know in the comments if you guys see that on your channels. But hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. So take care. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.